People are being killed, villages are being burnt, people are denied education, students are suffering, they are not able to go to school. Small children have become victims of this. A delegation from the All India Congress Committee was supposed to visit Manipur to understand the factual situation and report it to the AICC headquarters. But unfortunately, they were denied the right to move. The accusations which came was quite shocking from the ruling party MLAs, where they clearly say that this is an attack on the Christian institutions.
You had said that the state administration is involved. It's a huge allegation to make. On what basis are you saying that the state is involved in this violence, or they are backing this violence?
No, why after 47 days we are not able to have peace in the valleys? We are not able to have peace in the state. Why is that happening? I consider Sri Ahmed Shah as a very powerful person in the central government. He's the Home Minister. He was a BJP former national president. He's a very powerful man, close confidant of the Honorable Prime Minister. He camped in Manipur for 3 days. What happened in Manipur after that?
Hello and welcome to the News Minute. For the past 45 days or even more than that, the state of Manipur is burning because of the conflict between the Meiteis and the Kukis. Despite calls for peace from the union government, the violence there is showing no signs of slowing down. And a couple of MPs from Kerala had traveled all the way to Manipur to get the first-hand information about what's happening on ground. Joining me is one among them, Hibi Eden, MP from Ernakulam. Sir, thank you so much for talking to us. You visited Manipur between June 12th and 14th. What exactly did you see there? I read your piece on the Indian Express. It was moving, and definitely questions are now being asked as to what exactly the union government is doing. But before that, tell us what did you see there and what is the ground situation?
Actually, Manipur issue, in the government's perspective and people who are trying to portray it, is it like something like an ethnic conflict, which have been happening for decades. But from my point of view, much more than that, this should be treated as a humanitarian human rights issue. The livelihood, dignity of people are denied. The basic constitutional rights of the people in the state are totally at stake. Nobody have the right to move in the state. People who are living in the camps are denied access to medicines, food, and clothing. Many NGOs who are in the process or who are actively involved in providing help to them are not able to move in the state because of the restrictions provided by the state and military forces, and also the communities which are involved. Myself and my colleague Dean Kuriackose, while we traveled through the state to the many different camps, we had not revealed our identity as MPs. We told that we are teachers, and our vehicles were stopped by Kuki women, Meitei women. They had sticks in their hands. They've searched our vehicles, our luggage. A state in which the state government have imposed 144 has issued curfew, declared curfew. People are, in large numbers have gathered, assembled, and saw to all kind of violent activities. We have a personal experience. We've seen nuns and priests who are working in very backward areas and who runs educational institutions inside Imphal, where the Rapid Action Force themselves have a camp inside the St. Joseph's Higher Secondary School. Around 4,000 students study there, and even in such a place, from 11 p.m. till 3 a.m. in the morning, the localites and people are trying to attack the school, which is quite unfortunate. My point is very clear. Whatever conflict it is something where the law and order situation is not uh, right. They are not able to keep it in place. People are being killed, villages are being burnt, people are denied education, students are suffering, they are not able to go to school. Small children are have become victims of this. And whoever leaves the place is not like you have a flood or a natural disaster, you can come back and rebuild your houses. Once lost is lost for in your entire life, and the government has not declared any kind of reassurances. Government has not declared any kind of compensation for the houses burned. It's quite an unfortunate situation where the state government has been a part of the crimes
Okay.
of the
Now,
violence.
you had written saying that identity and ideologies have overshadowed humanity and triggered hatred. So, what exactly do you mean by that, and why specifically you said that you had to hide your identity, and you never mentioned that you are an MP from the Congress Party while you visited Manipur? Why is that so? Is the situation so dangerous that you cannot disclose your identity?
Yeah, a delegation from the All India Congress Committee was supposed to visit Manipur to understand the factual situation and report it to the AICC headquarters. But unfortunately, they were denied the right to move. Right from the airport, they were stopped. So we wanted to have a view, a perspective of what exactly is happening in Manipur. So even the BJP MLAs of the ruling party and the ministers, I met a couple of MLAs who are one was a Meitei Christian MLA, one was an independent BJP supported MLA from the Kuki Christian community. All of them are quite scared, and I'm sorry to say that one of the MPs, Christian Meitei Christian MP MLAs, who came from Delhi, had to spend his entire day in the reserve launch and had to go back to Delhi because he couldn't visit his constituency. In such a situation, I don't think revealing our identity was such a good idea to move about in the state. Not just that, violence was happening wherever, everywhere we go. The next moment, we understand that the violence is happening. This village is burned, this institution is attacked. My simple question is, doesn't the state or the center have a intelligence report? Because the localites know when their places would be attacked. They are quite aware when the attack is going to happen in advance. So the state intelligence is a complete failure, or that the state intelligence know and they are hiding it from the sources, the public. The accusations which came was quite shocking from the ruling party MLAs, where they clearly say that this is an attack on the Christian institutions, very planned attack. Because the number of churches which were burned, the Christian institutions which were attacked, both from the Kuki and Meitei community, is something which all brings a lot of questions in front of us, because the Meitei Hindu community is attacking the Meitei Christian churches. The Kuki community and Meitei community is in a conflict, which we understand. But 99% of the institutions, the reports which come out, the attacks which happening are against the churches of many communities. I mean, the Baptist or Evangelist or Catholic, and the educational institutions, orphanages, old age homes, etc., etc. And on the other hand, we are talking about digital India, Narendra Modi's digital India, where the entire internet has been shut down for the last 47 days.
Yeah.
And no news, no pictures, no journalists are able to travel and find out what exactly is happening. The relief work is happening through Aizawl and Mizoram. The roads from Aizawl and Mizoram is the only way we can go to the hill area to do some kind of relief work, to distribute clothes or medicines or food items. So we can see long queues of people in front of the ATM. The economic situation is pretty bad. People doesn't know when they can go to work. Students doesn't know when they can go to school. They are not given proper medical aid. No enough doctors are there to support the victims, the people who are injured. They are living in camps in a very pathetic situation.
You had said that the state administration is involved. It's a huge allegation to make. On what basis are you saying that the state is involved in this violence, or they are backing this violence?
Before going to Manipur, I was also quite skeptical about the news which came out. But after speaking to the localites, the people from different communities, as I said, why does the BJP senior MLAs from all the communities have lost faith in Biren Singh? It is because that no attempts were made to stop the mobs from taking away the arms and ammunitions. There have been strong allegations that, like the Gujarat riots, nobody, the state administration or the armed forces, have been mum on stopping the violences and attacks. Even now, how can you say that after 47 days, the Honorable Minister for Home Affairs, Sri Amit Shah, stayed in Manipur, camped in Manipur for 3 days, and the paramilitary forces, the armed forces of the central government, the state police are not able to calm down the situation. No peace talks have been happening. The people, the localites demand for a presidential rule, even though it is not a democratical way to approach the situation. But unfortunately, I don't think we have a way out in this situation. So the local people are making a huge allegations that the state is involved, or the minister, the chief minister, have been supporting the situation to make it more worse.
So you mean to say that the state government has abandoned its responsibility? The state government is not doing anything to diffuse the situation.
No, why?
To
Why after 47 days we are not able to have peace in the valleys? We are not able to have peace in the state. Why is that happening? If the administration is active, if the leaders are involved, if the forces are vibrant enough, why 47 days we have been losing hundreds of lives? No, no, I don't think all the reports have been out in the papers or in the channels. It's quite unfortunate that most of the deaths, violences, attacks which happen in the interior tribal areas are not coming out in the right way it should have been. And the whenever the arms and ammunitions are being attacked, no cases have been registered. The mob is not stopped. Whenever the violence is happening, we have the presence of the officers, armed forces, and in front of them the violences are happening. It's quite unfortunate. I believe that we live in a democratical country. We live in a country where our constitution have given us basic rights, but the life and livelihood of these people are not protected, unfortunately, by the state government, neither the central government.
also the efforts that were put in by the union government. Why do you say that it doesn't appear to be genuine?
No, my point is very simple. uh, I consider Sri Amit Shah as a very powerful person in the central government. He's the home minister. He was a BJP former national president. He's a very powerful man, close confidant of the honorable prime minister. He camped in Manipur for 3 days. What happened in Manipur after that? As soon as he left, as soon as he gave instructions, as soon as he spoke to all the communities, there were several deaths. Ministers' houses were attacked. Central minister's house was attacked. State ministers' houses were attacked, burned down. Several deaths happened after that. What does this mean? Is Amit Shah that weak as a minister? Why isn't he able to control the situation? Why is the central government not able to control the situation? We traveled across the state, and it's quite unfortunate to see the present day happenings of Manipur. Unfortunately, I don't know whether it is the size of the state or the political strength of the state. Why the media or neither the other people are not taking this to the entire world?
Also, sir, you know, like you said, that it's the state government. It's not the responsibility of the state government alone. It's also the central government. There is a double engine sarkar in Manipur. So the double engine sarkar has failed to save the people, their own citizens in Manipur.
Miserably. Miserably, the double engine Sarkar has failed. It's quite unfortunate. See, my point is very clear. I'm not making this as even as a political issue. I'm just saying the state is ruled by BJP, the center is ruled by BJP. Why can't neither the state nor the center make sure that the law and order situation is in place? They have totally miserably failed in maintaining the law and order situation to protect the life and livelihood and their houses. To protect them is something very important. In a state like Manipur, I've been there as a student activist to organize student programs. Rahul Gandhi visited the Manipur University during my presidentship as the NSUI presidentship. During that tenure, I'm so sorry to say that the peace, the harmonious lives people used to have been totally shaken down. And I totally believe that this is RSS, BJP agenda to very, very directly attack the institutions of the minorities, the institution of the people which have been established long, long back, and the valuable properties which are in the city should be taken over. This is a culture. After the attack, they have been taken over. After the attack, nobody goes back there. This is quite an unfortunate situation, and we live in a country called India. And even the people who are part of the government, the MLAs and ministers, have showed their anger and anguish. And the honorable prime minister is not able to ready to meet them to hear their queries, to understand the situation. Why isn't the government sending a multi-party delegation to Manipur to study the situation? Why isn't a judicial commission sent to inquire about the facts and figures of what is happening exactly in Manipur? Manipur is going to be a very, very serious issue in the coming days. This is going to become a part of our history. After the BJP rule, things have got worsened. And I totally believe that this is a very clear agenda from the central and state government and the ruling party to make sure that the minorities shouldn't exist in this country.
Okay, before I let you go, sir, I have two questions for you. One is that in your article that you had written in the Indian Express, you say that BJP has successfully divided the people of Manipur. One, those who shout Bharat Mata Ki Jai, and the other as Jai Shri Ram, who are supported by the foreign forces. What exactly do you mean by this division? What exactly is the division that you are trying to talk about?
No, the BJP RSS agenda is happening in the country for the last 75 years. It is not just that they came up with a new idea. The idea of BJP RSS is to have an Hindu Rashtra. And wherever Muslims are powerful, they make sure that their voices aren't heard. They try to suppress them. Wherever Muslims are in good numbers, wherever Christians are in good number, they make sure that their voice is not heard. They are suppressed. They are destroyed. And Kuki Meitei conflict was just an eyewash. Was just something to portray. The perspective was very clear. This was the right time to implement the agenda, and that is very clear. So they have been successful in that ways, but unfortunately, we all know that how deeply the tribal community and ethnic community are involved more than religion. Their caste and subcaste is involved. So beyond politics, people are thinking of why does the government do this? And they're quite, I don't think anybody is happy. Even the people in the ruling party are happy about the way things are going there. So my narrative is very clear. My points are very clear. People who shout these slogans our prime minister is going abroad to all the international venues and platforms and getting applause from all the places. but unfortunately, he is not able to sort out a tiny state's issue within his country.
And one last question related to that. What do you have to say about the Prime Minister's silence? Why hasn't he not spoken about this issue? Why hasn't he appealed for peace and calm in that the smallest village, state of our country?
Shabbir, you should be speaking that. You should be opening your mouth on that because he hasn't given a press conference for the last 9 years. He has been spoken to the media for the last 9 years. I don't think he has responded to any of the issues. Yesterday, I heard in news that he was speaking on Man Ki Baat. In Man Ki Baat, he never mentioned Manipur. He mentioned about people in appreciating somebody in Kerala. And in Man Ki Baat, he was trying to say so many things to the people. But in his man, I don't think Manipur is there. Manipur has lost its way to his mind and heart. So I don't think he would be speaking on such issues. He hasn't spoken on any relevant issues in the last 9 years. And this is something, when we say burning, it is literally burning. Manipur is literally burning. It is a wound to all of our hearts. It is a matter of shame to all our minds. And I believe that the Honorable Prime Minister should have been should have been meeting the people's representatives, at least from his own party. It's quite unfortunate that he is not meeting them. He is not opening his mouth. He is not even uttering a single word regarding the violences which have been happening for the last 47 days.
Thank you so much, Hibi Eden, for talking to us, getting us a sense of what exactly is happening in Manipur. The situation is extremely grim, and I hope and pray that the union government and the state government does something to save the lives and properties of people there, because this violence, the reports of violence, is extremely concerning. And News Minute will be following the story very closely. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you, Shabbir. Thank you so much.